I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while sizzling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos. Okay.
Yo, what's good? What's good? Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. I'm your man, Uncle Freeze. I'll soon be joined by Hoodie Cav. What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? Juju 92 was in the building. What's good? Wilson Dang, what's happening? Nick for life. What's good? Christian F. I see you. Cuts, kicks, and Knicks. What's good? Delano Steele is in the building. What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. What's good? It's good to be back, man, on this nighttime joint. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Rocking out. You know what I mean? Rocking out. Our guy should be here. So, yeah. Ayo Powers building. Allah Wise. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Good, man. It's good to be with y'all, man, tonight. Yeah, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I want to talk about, I want to turn y'all ear a little bit. Right? So I want to bend y'all ear a little bit, and not about, crazy hypotheticals, but it's a crazy hypothetical. Right? So with all the resources that we got, yo, Chris Chang is in the building. What's good, Chris Chang? My brother from another mother. What's good? Y'all know I know like 14 Changs. It's the most common name ever. It's like Joe Smith. You know what I'm saying? Hey, happy Father's Day. What's good? 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 What's good, everybody? What's good? So I want to talk to y'all about a couple things, man. I want to ask a question. So here's my question. Yo, appreciate it. Cuts, kicks, and Knicks was good. Appreciate it. Hey, Cuts, kicks, and Knicks says, Happy Uncle's Day. Yo, I appreciate you. Appreciate the well wishes. Right? Appreciate the well wishes. Yeah, and salute to the Mod Squad. I keep forgetting. It's a protocol. I keep forgetting. I gotta show y'all love, cause of the love y'all show for each other, man. This thing right here is crazy. I keep forgetting. I gotta show y'all love. It's not because I don't appreciate it. It's just because I'm forgetful. You know what I'm saying? So excuse that clumsiness. So my man Hadouken, Sharon is coming through, and a few others. Yeah, a few others. Yeah, man. Yo, Christian F says the lottery is later today, man. I'm excited. Cuts, kicks, and nicks. Yeah, man, this is a culture, bro. I'm telling you. Look here, look. Watch this. Y'all see what I'm rocking, right? Yo, y'all see what I'm rocking? Day and night, bro. Day and night.
You're
Yo, DSJ, you're good.
what's going on, Unc? How you feeling?
Bro, I'm Gucci, bro. I'm
Nah,
Gucci.
salute to everybody in the chat, of course. Quick question, Unc. When your kids came at you yesterday for Father's Day, did they come at you and say Happy Father's Day, Pop, or did they hit you with a Happy Father's Day, Uncle Freezy?
Yeah, they know the proper protocol, bro. You know what I'm saying? They just write the proper protocol. You know what I'm saying? Like what it is I got their names saved in my phone. So only one of them. So it's like 9 of them. Only one of them called me, right? So you know, the one he like, yo, man, hey, Pop Deuce, listen, I love you, man. I appreciate you. And I'd be like, how much money you need? He like, I need $350. I'm like, shit, okay. Everybody else, when they don't need nothing, bro, it's just text messages, man. It's just text. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, happy Father's Day, man. I'll bring you a gift when I come through for 4th of July weekend. So,
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. But hey, bro, they almost in their 30s, man. They don't care nothing about, man. Look, they don't care nothing about that, man. They living their best life, bro.
Nah, but listen, they still gotta recognize, what I'm saying, the origins, you know what I mean? So for me, I mean, I still, hit mine up and hey, happy Father's Day, Pop, and chop it up for a little bit, even if he got something going on, you know what I'm saying? Like yesterday, he stepped out, but I had to take the time to at least, hit him up, see how he was doing and all that.
Yeah, man. We had different stages, bro. They in that stage where, they the kings of their castle now. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
Yeah. So they in that joint where, like for instance, we were together in Charlotte, right? And so I'm still like paying for people meals and stuff.
Okay.
And they eating too, boy. Hey, DSJ, listen, when I'm talking about eating, we went to this joint in Charlotte, in the university area of Charlotte, a TJI Friday, right? And we had to go to that place, not because that we preferred it, but our group was so big that all the real restaurants around couldn't accommodate 10 plus people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so we had to go to a place that could accommodate 10 plus people, right? So we get there. Dudes is walking up with they J's, parking they fancy cars, walking with their girls, and I'm proud. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud. I'm looking at my sons. They got their girl, walking with their girls or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the girls is like, huddled up in a girl group. They trying to, sneak some drinks. I'm like, hey, I know y'all 25, 20. Yeah, y'all can drink like adults around. Just be respectful of your mama. You know what I'm saying? So they like, nah, nah, man, Pa, we'll never drink alcohol. Who does that? And I'm like, come on, man, really? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, really? Nah, come on, man, come on. So we what I'm saying, we have a good time, and I know my place too. So I'm not an old man, but I know my place, man. I get around them. I let them live. You got to raise them and then let them go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. They living their best life. Most of them don't even need bread. They be asking because they feel like they can get it. Kind of like that. Kind of like, why spend mine when I can spend his?
I got you.
Yeah. So, and then my wife be like, she be worried, like, you don't want them babies to be riding the road without no money. What if something happened? And I be like, but you know good and well they got money. You know good and well they ain't drove all the way to Charlotte without, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah. So yeah, man. How about you and yours?
It was great. First off, the fact that I took the day off yesterday was already like,
What?
oh wow,
What?
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my, oh my
yeah,
gosh, bro.
yeah. So they woke me up at about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and was like, Dad, are you going to work today? Almost like they already anticipate the letdown of, let me go ahead and get these gifts out right now so I can go ahead and wish him a happy Father's Day before he goes to work.
Right,
And I was like, no, I'm not going to work today. And the way the switch up happened, like, oh, you're not?
right, right,
And I was like, no, I'm not going today.
right.
And so, they was like, okay, so yeah, we want to see what you wanted to eat for dinner. And I was like, oh wow, okay, that's great.
Okay,
So,
okay.
we had mi casitas, um, Mexican dinner and all that stuff. It was good. And then
Right,
they surprised me where they gave me it wasn't nothing crazy. They gave me a new wallet. I needed that, so
right.
they gave me a new wallet. I got a Knicks keychain. Go figure.
Okay,
And a Yankees gloves. So
okay.
I enjoyed it. And it was beautiful. You know what I mean? It don't cost a lot to impress me, and
Right,
I was grateful for whatever I could get.
right.
I was just grateful for the dinner, to be honest. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
surprised
man.
me with the gifts, and so I
Yeah,
was truly grateful and blown away.
yeah, man. That's dope. That's dope. I mean, in my opinion, that's dope, man. Hey, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you, the Father's Day thing with me, as long as everybody's safe, as long as I'm constantly getting good news, I'm straight.
Yeah,
Because the gifts mean something, but they ain't mean like that. Because in the grand scheme, I can go buy the stuff myself, but the fact that
right.
somebody shopped for me, you know what I'm saying, is kind of flattering. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
it's kind of like that. So long as everybody's straight, you know what I'm saying. Long as you know what I'm saying. My sons ain't walking up like, man, pops, and some dude keep approaching me about my girl. As long as it ain't nothing crazy like that, man. We straight.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And I mean,
you know.
it's crazy because again, I was able to. I mean, it was funny that I was able to enjoy Father's Day a week after me and my wife's anniversary. So it was just like, wow, to be able
Wow,
to just kind
wow.
of celebrate and continue to celebrate. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right. I feel you. I feel you, bro. So let me throw something at you real quick because I know once I say this, I know you're gonna make me public enemy number one for like 3 weeks. And I promise you, bro, I'm not a bad person, right?
I believe it.
But but so here's the thing. I think you have to go after Zion and James Harden, right?
Okay.
And I know you're gonna say James Harden. Where did that come from, bro? Bro, I'm telling you, I'm telling you right here, right now, that the thing in Brooklyn is not gonna work, and I think they know it's not gonna work. So either Kyrie has to go or James Harden has to go, right? But you can't,
Right.
you can't, you can't pay max contracts to three dudes, right? Because here's the thing, you can't bank on performances like they got from Jeff Green. Jeff Green is an old man too, right?
Right.
You can't bank on performances like they got from Blake Griffin playing a new position. Blake Griffin is an old man too, right? You can't depend on dudes named Bryce Brown and dudes like that that come from out of nowhere. You get unexpected. contributions and think that's going to be the standard, because it's not. Right? You lucky you got those, and you're also lucky that KD came back and stayed healthy, carrying the team on his back by himself. Because we know Kevin Durant is best when he has a Hall of Fame point guard next to him. Right? Like Kevin Durant is at his best when Russell Westbrook is running at his side. Kevin Durant is best when you have Steph Curry at his side. Kevin Durant is best when he has a Kyrie Irving at his side. Every step of his career, Kevin Durant has had a Hall of Fame level point guard, right? So that tells you somebody, either Harden or Kyrie, has to stay with Kevin Durant. Or Kevin Durant would want to leave and go somewhere with the Hall of Fame point guard. Right? What about the Knicks, though? How did the Knicks, what did the Knicks do? Right? The Zion thing is real. People can say what they want to say, but if you go back and look at the lineage of RJ and Zion, this is not some drummed up fake news story. These two dudes are best friends and have been since RJ scored 38 on them boys in the U17 Olympics. I mean the U17 FIBA tournament. Right? All your Cam Reddishes, your DeAndre Hunters, all these wingmen that are in the NBA right now that was in RJ age group, RJ Barrett murdered them boys. All of them. All of your Kevin Knoxes, your Colin Sextons, all these dudes, all these young up. When RJ played for Team Canada, when it was RJ and Iggy Brasdakis for Team Canada against a stacked young team from the USA, Zion, Cam Reddish, all them boys, RJ murdered them boys in game, right? But what people don't realize is when you put people together like that, they develop friendships, right?
Yeah.
And people can't deny it, because it's the same thing that happened with LeBron and Dwayne Wade, right? LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo, all them boys played in the Olympics together. They were young vets, up and comers, when it was old vets like Kobe Bryant and all them boys on the team, right?
Right.
Right. And so while the Kobe's and all the other crowd, you know what I'm saying, were in the spotlight, D Wade was like, Brian, you know what would be better than the gold medal? Us winning championships together. Right?
Yeah.
And so people, when you look at it, you're like, what? There was no way that LeBron and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh conspired, you know, to get together on one team during the Olympics. There'd be too much stuff going on. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could call it conspire or whatever it is that you want to call it, but LeBron and them conspired. They knew that they were going to get together in a couple years after that. They knew something. They knew that they were going to get together. And I'm telling you, it's the same thing with Zion and RJ.
I mean, I believe that.
It's the same thing. And I watched the Duke incoming class thingy, whatever it was, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I believe Zion, Cam Reddish, and RJ Barrett are trying to get together.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that happening down the future. I just, the question again would be, do you move on from Julius Randle, who has started to establish his relationship with RJ for the sake of Zion, and looking at the fact that Julius Randle is now starting to get a little bit more accomplished,
Right.
how does it look that you would still rather move in the direction of Zion Williamson for the sake of Julius Randle? And again, because I see exactly what you're saying, and I'm not opposed to it in any capacity, but I will have to beg the question, just like any fan would, and just like any front office, um, because there's nothing wrong with Julius Randle where you want to move on from him right away. Um, but you're not if you go after Zion, you're not getting Zion to play no other position but power forward, and you're not going to get him to come off the bench. So the question now becomes, what do we do about Julius? Do we move on from him after all that he's done to help get this team back on track as an established organization, or do we stay the course and just kind of, what I'm saying, let the disappointment be the disappointment? We couldn't get him in the draft, and we're gonna have to offer Julius something. You know what I'm saying? As far as contracts go, after we don't have to do it this season because again, we still have the team option on him.
Right. Right. I love Julius, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love Julius Randle. I love the Julius Randle. I love Julius Randle. His family and everything. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, definitely.
I think whoever's involved in the deal is gonna ask for Julius Randle.
Okay. Okay. Now, along with that, right, with the James Harden thing, um, James Harden is a talented player. So I don't want this to be, anything where, there's any mistake about that. But my problem with James Harden is you've already proven that you cannot play with another all-star level player, right? Because you've seen the dynamic every time he's had another all-star play alongside him. They eventually won out. You had Dwight Howard at the time when he was kind of on the decline of the all-star level playing abilities, but still was an all-star player. Couldn't make that work. Okay, fine. You bring in Chris Paul. Couldn't make that work. Bring in Russell Westbrook. Couldn't make that work. Now you're in Brooklyn. There's inside rumblings. Of course, you know how that goes. It's always inside rumblings that him and Kyrie really wasn't getting along too well. I don't know how true that is because it could just be more again, just something to say for the sake of having something to say. But James Harden just has he has that bad reputation. And the way he left Houston, like you quit on Houston after they kind of gave you the franchise, like we want you to be our franchise player, just for you to kind of shun Houston, who has done everything they could for the sake of you. Like I don't know. That type of stuff leaves a bad taste in my mouth. You know what I mean? I can't rock with James Harden if that's the attitude that he brings to the table. That diva stuff, it's an issue for me.
That's fair. I agree with that. Salute to the chat. Salute to the panel. Can you guys hear me well?
Yeah, we hear you. What's going on, brother?
Yo, I honestly, I was just like listening, and like the idea of ever trading Julius Randle makes my blood boil. There are some situations in which you could do that, but like I feel like it's hard. Like it's hard. Like the asset has to be like maybe like a whole tier better than Julius Randle, and there's not that many players that are that, because like he's 26 and he's a second team all NBA guy. He's not perfect, but I think it's I will like it, I don't know. It's kind of like rivaling what Melo did for us. So why are we trading that asset? What are we trading that asset for? You know, like that. His peak performance is kind of rivaling mirroring what Melo was doing for us consistently. So I think we need to keep a player like that and just add on to.
Right. I understand what you're saying.
I don't understand at all.
Why?
I don't understand. Let me ask you a series of questions, right? How many All-Star appearances has Julius Randle ever made?
1.
How many All-NBA teams has Julius Randle ever made?
1.
How many times in Julius Randle's career has he averaged more than 20 points?
I've got to look at it maybe twice, maybe 3 times. I don't know.
Twice. That to me does not sound like someone who is untradeable. See, here's what happened. Knicks fans, we get caught up in the emotion. Like, and I get me wrong because I'm emotionally invested in a player too, right? But we get so emotionally invested in a player that it's like, you know, if we can get better for Julius, I'm not opposed. I'm not saying give him up for a bag of chips or anything. But if it's for like Joel Embiid, then I'd be like, well, it was great having you here, Julius. I will miss you. But I'm going to get a generational talent like Joel Embiid.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like it needs to be like one of those like top 10 players, honestly, or maybe top 5. Like there are a few players like Joel Embiid for Julius Randle. I honestly wouldn't like. I would need some stuff from the Sixers in addition to Joel Embiid. It can't just be Joel Embiid. Because like Julius is 26, his career hasn't even fully developed yet. Like,
and how old is Joel Embiid?
Joel's like 28. So
Joel
like
Embiid is not older than Julius Randle.
Yes, he is.
No.
Yes, he is. Yo, can somebody back me up here? Somebody is okay. Let me look this up right now.
He is not older. Let me look this up right now.
I'm outside right now. So.
He is not older. I'm guaranteed he's not older.
Dude, I would not want Julius Randle to leave because Joel Embiid with his knee and his like crazy personality is coming here. Like I don't know. Like I he's an amazing basketball player. Like, but how long is that gonna last?
27 years old.
Oh, he's 27.
He's 27.
Yeah,
right.
Joel Embiid's 27.
With a bad knee.
He was a bad knee dropping 30 on people.
So does Julius.
Joel Embiid was playing with one leg and was legit dropping 30 plus on a team. Against a center, think about this, against a center that killed us.
Yeah, but okay, so he lost to Trae Young. He lost to the same guy that Julius Randle lost to.
No, that's not what I said. I didn't say anything about Trae Young. I said Joel Embiid was going against the center. The center, as in Clint Capella, who killed us.
Because we had Noel at center. Like that's who he had to fight in the paint. Like we didn't have like somebody who could really hold it down for us. Like we need to improve there for sure. But like I don't know, man. I really think that Joel Embiid is not as big of an asset as Julius Randle. Like
oh wow. So the runner-up to MVP, right?
No, seriously, he's not that like far ahead of Julius Randle. No, I really don't think so. I don't know what you guys think.
The guy who was runner-up for MVP
Yo,
is
that's what the writers said. Those are the people that the writers said were
I'd rather
runner
cut
up.
my arm off than trade for Joel Embiid. Just cut my arm off. You kidding me?
Yo,
well, prosthetics has a lot of advancement now, so
brother,
you can get a nice prosthetic.
Kevin, hey Uncle Freezy, Kevin, can you give us a real trade, please? Something realistic, brother.
What do you mean realistic? If Philadelphia said, "Hey, New York, I want Joel Embiid," Leon Rose better like, look, I will drive down there to Philadelphia and pick him up in a souped-up Rolls Royce.
Bro, that's not happening. It's not realistic. The only thing realistic that's coming out of Philly is Ben Simmons possibly getting traded. Now, your real conversation should be: do you want Ben Simmons? It shouldn't be.
Anybody want no Ben? Anybody want Ben Simmons?
So then,
excuse me, Uncle Freezy wants Ben Simmons.
I want Ben Simmons too. You kidding me?
Wait, Kev, what would you give up in a trade? What would you give up in a trade for Ben Simmons?
Nothing.
You drunk? I just watched Alfred Payton for 2 years straight. I watched Moutier for a year. I watched.
I would give up.
I watched Jerry Jack. Man.
Ben Simmons is a 6'10" version of Alfred Payton.
Thank you. Do you stop?
He's a 6'10" light-skinned version of Alfred Payton.
Bro,
you gotta love it.
You kill the IQ of the conversation.
The IQ of the conversation is thinking that Ben Simmons. Listen, when I saw Ben Simmons pass up a dunk because he was too afraid to go to the free throw line, I was like, nope.
Bro, so what,
nope,
bro? I
nope,
watched Julius Randle score 18 points per game and shoot 30% from the field, bro.
But guess what? He was still taking shots. Ben Simmons had a dunk on Trae Young.
Oh, okay. You want to kill him too?
And he was like, nah, okay. I'm going to pass this ball instead of getting this dunk.
Okay.
And it was at that moment I realized that I realized that Ben Simmons is done as
who you want at
superstar prospect.
So who you want at point guard? Don't talk to me about Joel Embiid. He ain't on the trade block. Who you want at point guard? Because I feel like nobody been challenging you lately. You'll give or take, and then nobody challenges you. So who you want at point guard, brother? Tonight is I got time tonight, brother.
Listen. My resume speaks for itself while nobody comes to me.
When it comes to Dr. Doom, I don't care about no resumes, brother.
If I would say the most realistic thing is the number one option is probably Russell Westbrook.
Yo, this guy, I see y'all in like 5 minutes, man.
I'm not saying that's what I want. I just said that's probably the number one person that's probably going to be on the market is Russell Westbrook.
That you want?
I wouldn't mind Russell Westbrook. I think he gets a bad rap sometimes, but I definitely wouldn't mind Russell Westbrook at all. I think Russell Westbrook will actually fit very well on this team. I think he embodies what you want.
What are you giving up for him?
Well, I really don't think that it would take. I really don't think that it would take much to get Russell Westbrook.
What of what we have right now are you giving up for Russell Westbrook?
You gotta think about giving up assets for a $40 million contract. Are you kidding me? and you getting that people for not wanting Ben Simmons? Come on, Kevin. Priority.
Russell Westbrook. Russell
Ben Simmons
Westbrook is
24 years old.
Hold on. I don't care nothing about the age or how much. I've never brought up the contract. I never brought up the contract or the age. For me saying that Russell Westbrook at this stage of his career is still better than Ben Simmons is not a stretch.
Bro.
I'm not making it up. Russell Westbrook at 32 is still better than Ben Simmons at 24.
So you got the time stone then. That's what you're telling me.
Hold on. Today, as of right now, who's a better basketball player, Russell Wilson or Ben Simmons?
I don't care about that. I'm talking long term. I don't care about who better right now.
I wouldn't want Ben Simmons long term. And the way the NBA is right now, you can have Russell Westbrook for several years at a high level.
Would you trade quickly for Westbrook?
Yes.
Yo, no.
You wild,
No. I'll see y'all in a couple minutes.
Is Emmanuel Quickly ever going to be the star that Russell Westbrook has been? No, probably not. I don't think Emmanuel Quickly will ever reach the heights that Russell Westbrook has reached. Like right now, next season is
very good for you for the next years.
Next season, no, it's not about. It's not 8 years. Don't look at it like 8 years.
22 years old. If we
regardless of what, because he's going to be a. Let me ask you a question. How many players who you think are probably just going to be like 6-man candidates? Like 6-man candidates. Like that's probably what the height of Emmanuel Quickly is going to be.
Yeah, for years. And Russell Westbrook is going to be what that is for the next 2 years.
That is such a bad take from you, Kev.
So let me get this straight. In a down year for Russell, people are like, oh, this is a down year. He averaged 22 points, 11 rebounds, and led the league in assists.
With a worse record than us. Continue.
Yes,
I mean, is Russell Westbrook the only person on the court?
They got Bradley Beal, which makes it even worse. And Bradley Beal averaged 30. And we have
Bradley Beal. And who else? Also coached by one of the worst coaches probably in basketball. Also one of the worst rosters. Washington. Hold on. A Washington Redskin. Hold on one second.
Yeah, you need to hold on with that.
What's good, everyone?
So you rather
Duke, what's going on, brother?
What's good?
This is what kills me with people with these old.
Wait, what I miss?
Kev wants Russell Westbrook.
Salute.
He would trade Emmanuel Quickly for Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bad take. And people gotta understand. You don't need a vet point guard. We need a youngest point guard who's ascending at the moment. Give me a Devontae Graham, Alonzo Ball, Colin Sexton, Kendrick Nunn. I don't even care. Just give me somebody young that tips them over. I'm not
especially if we could sign somebody, like you don't give anything up to get like Alonzo Ball. Like okay, we can do something with that. Like we'll have more options to build with Alonzo Ball. Like that's a good player. Like we just need good players. We don't have to get that guy right away. Like we can get better. We can get to the second round, the Eastern Conference Finals, with like 1 or 2 pieces.
Yeah, I don't know which way we're going for the point guard position. If I'm being honest, with the roster.
Yeah, it's hard to say because I mean we could sit here and speculate about the free agent market.
I don't even
speculate
want
about the draft.
I don't want.
You know what I'm saying? It's really a hard sell. You know, guys like Trey Mann is people that I wouldn't mind having on the team if we're going the draft route. Um, AU out of Illinois. Davion Mitchell, I wouldn't mind trading up in the draft for him.
No,
As far as going the route of, as far as going the route
Point
of
guards.
developing players. You know what I mean? If you wanted to do the Lonzo Ball thing in free agency, I wouldn't mind that.
Yes.
You know,
I wouldn't mind. I was higher on him before the deadline, but I mean I'm not too quick on getting him now. But I wouldn't. I'll still get him if he's there.
I paid a high.
Yeah.
I paid a high for Lonzo. I'm so desperate for a point guard. Man, I give Lonzo 4-year, $100 million. That's how bad I want a point guard.
I just wish this happened last year because that before De'Aaron Fox signed his max. I just wish it happened last year, bro.
I wouldn't be happy with 100, but like I would understand why we did it.
Wait, say that again.
Like I wouldn't be happy with 4 years for $100 million. I would understand why we did it. You know.
For who?
For Alonzo.
4 year, $100 million.
Yo, bro, I'm giving him 4-year, $100 million, bro.
Nah, you are bugging.
So I want I already checked free agency for the next 3-4 years, and I checked the point guard free agency. Somebody on this panel tell me what point guard they want to sign within the next 3 years, please, in free agency.
I don't even know the free agents.
You can get one in a trade though. You can get one in a trade though. Like it's not. Like, we could draft Sharif Cooper. Like Sharif Cooper's nice.
Sharif Cooper, I don't want no 4-5.
Sharif Cooper is raw, but I think he's gonna be nice in a few years.
Yeah, like I mean, we don't. Like it's not like free agency isn't the only place where you can get a player. You know, like we could do it. We could get a point guard. It's just, I mean, Alonzo would be a good like person, like a stopgap, and we can get somebody else who's a ball handler, and like Lonzo could shoot now, like he can kind of shoot now. So like I feel like it's just a good option. Like he could play point guard next year, and we get somebody better. Or if Sharif Cooper is nice, like we have more options if we get Lonzo. It might not work out, but I feel like it could work out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know Kev has been talking about Russell Westbrook for the last week and a half, like 2 weeks. I mean, I wouldn't mind him for the right price, but I'm not even a Westbrook fan. Like I don't like him like that. But I wouldn't mind him for the right price at all. But
I just seen too many examples of him shooting you in a game and shooting you right out that same game. So I don't want a guy that, you know what I'm saying, I can't even rely on to get me out of the first round. We're already in the first round exit area. When has Russell Westbrook by himself, or at least as a franchise player, gotten you out of the first round?
The thing that with Westbrook that he's gonna give us is the playmaking, and he's very good at finishing inside the rim. That's good, and he's very speedy, even though he's old. He also gets rebounds, stuff like that, whatever. I mean, his pull-up mid-range is also, I think, top-notch. I mean, it has been pretty good this year too, but he's usually a really good mid-range shooter. But outside of the three, it's not that crazy. That's my main killer with him.
I just seen too many examples of tunnel vision where, like, and I'm looking at stuff like, and I'll give you an example. Okay, that Utah series, right? When he lost to Utah in the first round, his primary goal was to shut down
Donovan Mitchell.
Ricky Rubio, when he had a 26-point game and 9 assists or something like that. It was something like that. And Russell Westbrook vowed that the next game he wasn't going to do that. You know, he wasn't going to have that kind of a game against him, right? So he was so focused on making sure that Ricky Rubio wasn't going to get off points-wise that he was allowing Donovan Mitchell to get right by him and score in transition baskets.
I mean, that game he really couldn't do
because you were so focused on, I don't want Ricky Rubio to be that guy.
I mean,
to score on me.
You could say that, but he literally dropped 45 and 46 back to back on the last 2 games. that whole series was mainly on Paul George because he didn't play well. So I'm not gonna blame it on that, but that was on a rookie Donovan Mitchell. But Donovan Mitchell has been crazy good since he came out the draft.
Bro, he been averaging 20 since he came into the league, bro.
Yeah,
The
he
only
still should
reason
have
why,
won Rookie of the Year over Ben Simmons.
the only
Yeah, I
reason
said that too.
why, I, my fault. The only reason why I'm really not interested in these draft picks that y'all talking about. It sounds good and it sounds beautiful, but I just watched Tom Thibodeau play Obi Toppin 11 minutes per game. He averaged 4 points as a 23-year-old lottery pick. And then I just watched Tom Thibodeau and CAA control the starting point guard position with Alfred Payton. We all know him starting was not about his talent. It was about politics, evident shown in the playoffs. So do I really want the Knicks to draft a guy at 19 and I'm sitting here next season and I'm begging Tibbs to play him more minutes and I gotta see him 10 minutes a game? I'm good, bro. I'm ready to trade all 3 of those picks, move up, or package those 2 picks and get me somebody who could produce now. That's where I'm at with that.
Yeah, I mean, I do kind of. The main thing I want to get is a young point guard. I'm not really into the older point guards like that unless it's Chris Paul. But I'm not gonna talk about Chris Paul because if I'm him, I'm not leaving Phoenix at all. I'm not even thinking about it. But yeah, the De'Aaron Fox, if it somehow happens, I don't know if it's gonna happen. The Westbrook is like a desperation type of move. Like if we really can't get a point guard and he's the only option.
Hadouken, can I give you a scenario?
Go ahead.
Imagine if tomorrow, today is the NBA lottery.
Mm-hmm.
If the Sacramento Kings get the number 1 pick, will De'Aaron Fox be on the table because Cade is a point guard?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about the other day. Like
those
are the things with the lottery.
All right. And I want to throw this at you, and I want y'all to talk about this. If now, let's say if the Orlando Magic get the first pick, and they want Cade. Cade is a point guard, so that makes Markelle Fulton, Cole Anthony redundant,
and RJ Hampton.
So so the lottery. A lot of people think that the lottery isn't important for the Knicks. It kind of is in some ways. I'm just happy we're not in the lottery ourselves. God bless. We finally made the playoffs. God bless. But we have $60 million in cap space, and we have basically 3 first-round picks. If the Knicks do not come out of draft night or free agency with a starting point guard, Hadouken, you're gonna hear from me a lot.
Yeah, and what's it called? They could realistically get 2 lottery picks, the Magic, because of the Bulls pick. They get, I mean, not lottery pick, but a close pick up there, unless it's top 3. So I mean, there's just things for us with that lottery that add up.
We gotta pray, bro. Or a team, any team that has a starting point guard right now. Pray that team jumps in the lottery and jumps in on 1 pick, because whatever player with Cade as a point guard, and that team will make their starting point guard available. So
someone got like a background audio. I think it's the person with the D Rose. They got like background feedback.
That's me. My bad.
It's good. All right, continue. I think he thought it was him.
Hey man, is the Bulls lottery pick protected? Is it top 3 protected?
Yes, top 3.
So if the Bulls get the number 1 pick in the draft,
it's theirs.
That means the Bulls go Cade Cunningham, and what happens to Lonzo Ball?
I mean, I think Lonzo has a few options besides this.
He might even stay. He might even stay because their boys like Zion really likes Lonzo, and there's a lot of bad press. So
I just think that whole management is trash.
Yeah.
So they all have bad rep now.
Yeah, it's a really bad situation over there.
Yeah, that Lonzo. I mean, I don't think Lonzo is out of the play yet. I still think that he's a good possibility of coming here, but I do still think it is between us and the Bulls. I don't know which other team, but he could definitely fit on a decent amount of teams, especially if they just play him off ball and on the instead of on the ball, because he could kind of do both.
But I'm pretty sure Alonso wants to go to a place where they'll give him the opportunity to be like the guy like with the ball.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he'll fit pretty well here.
Yeah, that'd be nice. You still want Russell Westbrook, Kev?
Why would I not want Russell Westbrook? Why would anybody not want Russell Westbrook?
Because is he like is he gonna take us to the promised land? Like is what I'm thinking. Like, or do we just want to be entertained? Like I think that's the question when you say you want like Russell Westbrook.
I mean, what is one singular person going to take us to the promised land? Are we adding Michael Jordan?
No, it's like a puzzle. It's like
I mean, can Russell Westbrook be a piece? Yes, he can. I mean, again, Russell Westbrook is a how many time All-Star? 10, 11 time All-Star, league MVP. How many times has he been named to an All NBA team? I mean, think about this. We've gotten so accustomed to the greatness of Russell Westbrook that him averaging a triple-double is just second nature. Like, we don't even be like, oh, okay. If somebody else averaged a triple-double, they be on ESPN like every night. Like, oh, another triple-double. But because Russell Westbrook, and we're just so used to him just putting up these gaudy numbers that it's like, oh, well, it's just another day at work for Russell Westbrook. That's just how great, and I use the word great sparingly. That's how great he is. And again, people kept saying that he's had a down season. He's had a down season, led the league in assists, averaged more rebounds than our starting power forward, and still averaged 22 points a game. And shot the same from the field as Damian Lillard. Is he a great three-point shooter? No. Under the Knicks program, can he be better? Probably. Probably so. But I think a lot of times people look at when they say we need more shooting, I think what should be said is we need more scoring. I don't care where you get the points from as long as you get them. You can get them three, you can make a layup, you can dunk, free throws, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, 22 is 22. I don't care how you get to 22.
No,
you got 22.
That matters, man. Let me see his
at the box score, when you see a person had 22, 11, 11, do you care how he got it, or do you know that he got 22 points?
I mean, if y'all lost by like 10, like I don't really care that you got those points. If you got 22 points and y'all lost, and they did a lot of that this year, like I don't really care.
A lot of that. How many times in Russell Westbrook's 13-year career has Russell Westbrook missed the playoffs?
A couple times.
0. Russell Westbrook has never missed the playoffs.
He's never missed the playoffs.
Russell Westbrook has never missed the playoffs.
Okay.
All right.
So he's done a lot of losing, but he's always in the playoffs.
Yeah, besides his rookie year, I guess. Yeah.
That doesn't count. He was at Seattle, I think.
Yeah. Nah, definitely. I mean,
I wouldn't give up a lot. I wouldn't give up a lot for him.
I don't think you'd have to give up a lot. Like Russell Westbrook is a player. Like he costs a lot, yes, but you don't have to give up. Like you wouldn't have to give up as much to get Russell Westbrook as you would a Damian Lillard or a De'Aaron Fox or another player like that. Like you have to give up something, yes, but it's not going to be like a major haul to get an all-star level player. a player that fits the culture of what the team is, that fits New York City, that he's not. Russell Westbrook ain't gonna back down. He ain't gonna back down at all. And what's most importantly is Russell Westbrook is the kind of player that's gonna keep Julius Randle in his place. When you like Julius Randle, you need to pass the ball and stop taking these dumb shots. Russell Westbrook's be like, yo, dog.
I'll take the dumb shots for you.
Even if he takes the dumb shots, listen. Hey, at the careers that they've had, I'd rather have Russell Westbrook take dumb shots than Julius Randle take dumb shots.
Oh no, I definitely wouldn't.
Yeah, I would. Because Julius Randle's dumb shots, even if they're dumb not, they're going to lead to some kind of turnover.
Nah, I know, but Julius still somehow has a better chance of making that dumb shot.
Remember, shoots you into a game and shoots you right back out of it.
Well,
I can't wait.
A guy who's won an MVP, I'd rather trust that.
Look at that. Look at that Portland series when Damian Lillard waved the bye-bye. Remember, in the fourth quarter, Russell Westbrook was heating up. He got them down by 5. Then all of a sudden, still shooting the same way he was doing to get them down by 5. Got them down by 9 again. And it wasn't Russell Westbrook. It was Paul George that stepped up and got them down to where they was able to compete for the last shot before Damian Lillard hit that game winner.
I mean, don't you need? I mean, unless you're not saying that Julius Randle's not going to be an All-Star, then. Or R.J. Barrett, I'm pretty sure that Russell Westbrook knows, like, hey, it ain't all me. I'm pretty sure we know that.
Oh, the same guy that was known for, at least according to Carmelo Anthony, was stealing rebounds before he got traded out of OKC. I get it. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, because Russell Westbrook, because Carmelo Anthony has been a prolific rebounder his whole career. You're right about that.
Again, but he's stealing. The guys on the team. He's telling you he's stealing rebounds. He's sitting there under the basket, specifically boxing out his own guy, Steven Adams, and getting his rebounds.
Randle does the same thing.
Exactly. Julius Randle does the exact same
power forward.
thing.
That's his job. I mean, as a
his job is to steal rebounds.
I mean, that's
your job is to get rebounds as a powerful, as a front court guy. That isn't that.
In this
if
NBA,
anyone is getting a rebound, if
the
team is getting a rebound, does it matter who's getting it?
Does
it matter who is getting it?
I think it matters if you're forcing the issue, just like trying to get 20-20-20 just to go ahead and show your tribute to Nipsey Hussle. That was a concentrated effort to do that. In the end of the day, your job is to make sure that you can secure the win, not to make sure that you stat pad.
I mean, that game, you can't really say that like that for that game. Like Isaiah Thomas did the same when he was doing it for his sister. Like, though you can't use that type of game to talk about it. Like, come on. I'm not even a Westbrook fan, but you're like, I'm not even a Westbrook fan. Like, he stat pads here and there like a bit, but like he wasn't really stat padding like that this year. Especially like you can't just stat pad for assists like that. I mean, rebounds, yeah, sure, like some baskets, but bro was getting like 17 assists, 16 assists, things like that. You can't just be saying that.
The argument is this though, right? Okay, it could be, is it hustle or is it stat padding? I think that's the biggest argument that you could pose.
Again, how can you stat pad assists? You're giving up the ball.
That's BS. We've seen it happen already. Isn't that what y'all complained about with Stephon Marbury?
Who complained?
He was stat padding assist. It was a stat pad assist. That's why y'all called it the Stephon Marbury assist, because it wasn't until the media. That's what the media calls it, right? The Stephon Marbury assist. When you get trapped, you had no other choice but to pass the ball.
I've never heard that either.
They end up hitting the shot.
I mean, I guess there's some way you. I don't know how. I mean, I guess if you have an open shot like Ben Simmons and you just pass it up, I guess that's stat padding assist, something like that. But I don't know how you could really stat pad.
All right, I love Russell Westbrook, but he's always played with like James Harden, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, guys that can make shots. It's just like some assists aren't as impactful as like other assists. So like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
what?
You say that, but that's not stat padding. Assists, like you could stat pass rebounds. Obviously, we see Randle do it. We see Westbrook do it, we say for whoever do it. You could obviously, I mean, I guess the game is over, and then you're just in when you're getting blown out or you're blowing them out. You stat pad points, something like that. But I don't know. I don't think that really has to do much with the argument to get him here. Like I wouldn't be too mad getting him here, but I mean I
It's
wouldn't
what
be
you
happy
give
because I
up.
want someone younger.
It's like what you give up. Like, what are you giving up? Is my I love Russell. Like Russell would be such a great player for the Garden. Like he would change the culture. He would really affect the culture. But like he should win. He's a winning type of player. But it just hasn't happened for him. But like it's like how much are we giving up for this guy who's like making like so much money for the next 2 years? And it's gonna be eating up like from other pieces that we can get on the team. That's all I'm worried about. Is it good for the better of the team? That's the question. Like, are you giving up like Emmanuel quickly and like a draft pick or 2 draft picks? Like, is that better for our long-term future? Like, I feel like we got a good thing going on this year. Like, we should like maintain it and not like go crazy and grab somebody like Russell Westbrook.
Oh Jesus,
and
Mary and
lose something.
Joseph. What do you want to maintain exactly? I don't understand that. What exactly do you want to maintain?
I want to sign someone after their rookie contract. Like after their first contract, I want to sign them to a second contract for once since Charlie Ward. Like I need some continuity, man. Like it's
the only person is that fits in is Frank Ntilikina. So with that being said,
we'll see. But like I just feel like we need to like I don't know, as Knicks fans, like not be so like jittery. Like every time like there's an opportunity, we can't just be like, yo, Ben Simmons, like no, it's not like that. I mean, I feel like these things are not gonna happen. But I guess we gotta talk about something. But yeah, whatever.
Okay, what do you mean Frank Ntilikina? You talking about the option that they picked up for him, or you talking about he got another extension?
No, he said he wants to sign a player to a second contract. I said the only player that's up for that would be Frank Ntilikina.
Oh, okay, I misheard it. Yeah. Well, again, I guess that means again, some people just might want to work the draft. They might feel like the answer is in the draft. Some people might feel like it's trades or free agencies. And I mean, all opinions are respected. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of Russell Westbrook like that, but if he comes in here, again, I can see the positives of everything that he brings, even with the negatives I mentioned, or at least in my opinion, what are negatives. You know what I'm saying? If he can impact us going forward, fine. I'm just looking at the tail of the tape, and historically, he's played with other all-star level caliber players and hasn't gotten further than the first round when he was a franchise leader.
Well,
He came in to the Houston situation, they got into the second round, but he wasn't the franchise leader. James Harden was still considered that.
He had a really good year in Houston.
He did. He had a great year in Houston. Yeah. But again, when you sitting here saying whose team is it, you're still saying James Harden's team.
Yeah, I mean
right?
Are you under the influence that if Russell Westbrook came to New York, it'll be Russell Westbrook's team?
Yeah, probably would.
I think you want to go that route. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking at Julius Randle or Russell Westbrook.
I mean, the media, like ESPN, like if we played on ESPN, right? You know how they had the marquee, like if we're playing like the Bucks, they were like, come watch Giannis and Russell Westbrook, right? The ESPN will play that up. But I think a lot of people would be like, it's Julius Randle's team.
It all
And all
depends
of
on
this
if
is
Julius plays the same as he did this season.
and and all of this is speculating the fact that we're keeping Julius Randle as opposed to him being involved in a trade that sends him there for Russell Westbrook.
That would make
You would
no
not
sense.
trade
Yeah,
Julius
that
Randle
legit
for
would make
Russell
no sense.
Westbrook.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
Because they
Just
traded
because
John Wall for him. They traded John Wall for him, and that was because John Wall was injured. We're not trading an All NBA player for
I think
Westbrook.
Washington is in a situation where they are probably, I'm not gonna say blow it up, but kind of
It all
blow it up.
depends on Bradley Beal. That's all it depends on. Because once Bradley Beal goes, it's a rebuild. You know Westbrook is on the move. What do you think about Kev?
I mean, that's probably true. Like if they're going to start over, they're not going to start over with Russell Westbrook. So they'll probably give him up for pennies on the dollar. So you don't have to give up much to get him. You might have to give up something, yes, probably, more than likely, but it's not going to be like it's not going to be like you was getting Damian Lillard.
I really don't think Dame is on the move.
No, I'm saying is the package.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying in generality. I don't think he's on the move. One thing I think that a good amount of teams will look into is probably because OKC did trade for Kemba. I don't see them keeping Kemba. They might do another trade involving him. I don't know if we get involved in that, something like that, 3-team trade if they're trying to really do something. But I don't know. I feel like we're not gonna get.
I think it's Kemba to the Lakers. I think
To
it's
the
Kemba to
Lakers?
the Lakers. Yeah, I think it's Kemba to the Lakers, bro.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Actually, no, because no, they wouldn't do a sign and trade. OKC doesn't need because OKC just has Schroeder.
Yeah.
I don't know. They wouldn't do a sign and trade because his contract.
They ain't gonna do nothing fancy. They're just gonna acquire Kemba and have him be the third wheel. They're gonna just bring him in to be.
No, I'm talking about OKC because you would have to trade him to OKC, but Schroeder's deal is up and he got to sign that extension.
Right. That's what I'm telling you. It's not gonna be a fancy deal. It's probably the Lakers probably gonna give them the next first round pick they have available for Kemba, and then they'll just take on his contract, which is ridiculous. But what that does though is it gives you the impression that if Kemba goes to the Lakers, then Bradley Beal to the Sixers for Tobias Harris is a done deal. You know what I'm saying? So you got Bradley Beal to the Sixers for Tobias Harris, right? Mm-hmm. And then what that does is it clears the way for Ben Simmons to go somewhere like a New York or somewhere else. Probably New York. But Russell Westbrook is not going anywhere. Nobody wants a dude that is the impassioned leader that can't lead. You know what I'm saying?
I still think a good amount of teams want him.
No, I don't think so, bro.
I mean, I do, and I'm not a Westbrook fan, but if I'm a team, I want Westbrook. If I have a decent team, I'm trying to play well.
That makes no sense. Like Russell Westbrook has a lot more trade value right now today than Ben Simmons does, and that's with Russell Westbrook making $44 million.
I don't know. I would say it's similar. I still think Ben Simmons has more trade value, probably. But I don't know. It doesn't really matter, to be honest.
The thing with Russell Westbrook, the thing with Ben Simmons, a team has to realize is, can we fix him?
Yeah, they were talking about how he didn't go to the Aussie. He didn't accept it because he's gonna work on it.
The thing about that mindset, like a team has to realize, like, can we fix him? Russell Westbrook, you don't have that question. You know, like, hey, we're bringing in Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, but just
one
is a lot younger than the other. That's the only reason. So, Doc Rivers was saying that they're thinking about changing his shooting hand from his left to his right because he's naturally.
Think about that kind of I can't even think of the word I'm trying to use.
I don't know either.
What, Malarkey?
No, I mean the process you had to go to
Ben Simmons is not broken. This whole thing about fixing Ben Simmons is not even broken. What's wrong with Ben Simmons? He
What's
won't.
wrong with Ben Simmons?
You
Did
heard
you
what I
not
said.
watch the series?
You heard what I said. Don't try to be condescending with me. You heard what I said.
He's mentally
Yeah,
not
you heard.
in the
Hoodie
Did you
Cat
watch
heard
playoffs.
the
what he heard
series?
what I said.
And
Yeah,
I'm asking, did you watch the series?
I'm asking you. Did you see Tobias Harris shoot 8 for 24?
You know, I did. I saw all 24 shots, and I saw all 4 shots of Ben Simmons.
Right. Right.
I
Did you
saw one
see?
dude
Did
shoot
you?
24 times, and
What
I saw
about?
another dude shoot
And Trey Young
4
shot
times.
20. Trey Young shot 23 times and made 5.
Yes.
Ben Simmons held Trey Young to 5 for 23, but yet you didn't mention a single aspect of what this dude is good at. You said you want to make Ben Simmons be Steph Curry. Ben Simmons is not Steph Curry.
I don't
Just
want
like
Ben Simmons to
the
shoot.
reason why I love Hoodie Cab is not Uncle Freezy, right? And I don't make Hoodie Cab try to be Uncle Freezy. We want Hoodie Cab to be Hoodie Cab. When you got a Ben Simmons, you have to allow Ben Simmons to do the things that he's good at a high level. When you force somebody to be something that they're not, then you get something that's broken. That's the reason why a Westbrook never wins a championship, right? Because Westbrook is good at dominating the ball, right? That's the reason why he has a lot of rebounds, because he's got a nose for the ball and he's got high assist totals and all that stuff. But when you try to make Russell Westbrook Steph Curry, now you have a problem. The thing that's wrong with Ben Simmons is Philly doesn't know how to use Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons in New York under Tom Thibodeau is like Thibodeau getting the perfect person to run point guard for him. Because Ben Simmons is a point guard that can penetrate the paint and get others involved. In that same game that you said, did you watch the game? Ben Simmons had 13 assists, 8 rebounds. He held Trey Young to 5 for 23 for shooting. Right?
I mean, his mental is still not like especially like you just saw in the playoffs. This man was like scared to go up for layups. Like he was not aggressive.
His mental about what? His mental about shooting?
About not even just shooting, but being aggressive. He's barely taking any shots. I know he's playmaking, but he's not even looking at the
When he
basket.
had
This
13
is a
assists?
guy who
No,
makes
but it's not.
$30
He's not
million.
looking to go to the basket.
$30 million is an all-star. And I don't care if you are a facilitator. I don't care if you are a pass-first person. You are a $30 million all-star. You in a game 7, you need to take more than 4 shots. I don't care if it's threes, layups, or anything. You need to take more than 4 shots.
So Giannis is broken. Giannis is broken too.
Giannis took more than 4 shots.
I mean, he also actually takes shots, and he's not scared to go into the paint. Like you saw Ben Simmons when he dropped 40 against the defensive player of the year in the regular season, and then you see him towards the end of the season, like in the playoffs, he's scared to go into the rim. He's not even looking at the basket. Like that's his main problem. Like he's mentally like in his own head. And I mean, shooting is definitely still a factor into it, especially when you look at late games and this man gets fouled and he barely makes free throws. That's why the jump shooting should have been a priority for him for the last few years, which they're finally now actually saying that he's gonna do. Like, if he gets that, he's definitely gonna be good. Like, but I don't know. I don't want him on this team right now.
Hey, so I'm gonna say this. I want to say this, and it's gonna sound crazy, right? But if Ben Simmons fixes his jumper, you have probably the most perfect player to ever play in the game.
Oh, if he fixes his jump shot, yeah, he would be nasty. I wouldn't say the most complete player in the NBA. I would say, yeah, because that is like he has the playmaking, he has the rebounding, the defense. He is not aggressive at times when you need him to be aggressive.
The size, yeah,
and then he's a liability. He's a liability. Like he's legit not even looking once at the basket in the fourth quarter. This whole entire playoffs, I think he shot probably once in the fourth quarter, and it was a 7-game series. Like, you can't be getting paid 34 mil and not even putting up one shot in the 7th quarter, especially when you got smaller guys guarding you sometimes, and these guys are definitely not as strong as you, and they can't guard you. Like, can't be scared like that. That's my problem with Ben Simmons. Like, I don't dislike him as a player, cause shooting it's obviously not as easy to just go up there and shoot, but if you at least took the shots, cause he's like, you see how Giannis takes shots, even though he misses badly. He was missing badly like the last few years. Besides now, this man does not even attempt to take shots when he's getting left open. Like, it's all in his head right now. I don't get it. That's the main problem.
I don't know. I kind of look at it like the age really does matter to me. Like the fact that he can get better. He's 24 years old. Like I feel like there's a lot of like upside. It would be an upside move, and like we would be putting a lot into our future. But like
There's upside, but I don't want him.
no, I mean like you could not want him, but there are a lot of people who want him because he would speed up the pace for the Knicks, and he would play great defense for years. Like I don't remember the last time we had a point guard who could like stop people. Like we wanted Frank Ntilikina to be that, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, Frank is not big anything.
So
Yeah.
I feel like that point of attack defense is gonna be like would be it like our defense is already good, but like it's gonna make it that much better, like to a point where we'll be competing consistently, and we can add on to Ben Simmons. We need to like find the right pieces, and we can build around him. We already have RJ. RJ is great, like spot up shooter.
All right, but the thing is, he's
This
getting
really
30.
happened. Y'all see that, right?
What?
This happened.
Yo, like
Yeah, but look at his flick.
Look at that.
Look at his
Look
flick.
at this.
Look at his
You
flick.
can't make this up.
You could say the way the ball is going with that flick, but I mean, Giannis does that. He did that in the
Listen.
last playoff game twice. But look, you
Listen.
get Ben Simmons, you got 34 mil from him, and then you gotta sign Randle, like, and then you gotta sign RJ.
I
next
just think
season.
there's some things that
I'm
just
good,
can't
bro.
be fixed.
we still got Mitch. I feel like we could add pieces.
You're literally killing your cap, and then let's say he doesn't improve, and he's just here doing the same thing for multiple years.
Is he not a trade piece, bro? Like, is he not a trade piece if he doesn't work out? Like,
He could be a trade piece, but his value is at an all-time low.
How long has Ben Simmons been in the league?
It's gonna get better.
I mean, I think he's gonna get better, but I don't wanna see him on the team.
How long has Ben Simmons been in the league?
6 years.
He's been
5 years.
5 years.
Let me check.
And let's just let's for the sake of.
He was out.
He had 1 year where he was out for the first
the first
actual
year.
rookie season, right?
Yeah, and then he barely missed games since then.
No point has he improved that jumper, at least to make it a respectable mid-range, something to keep defenses honest.
I mean, he doesn't even shoot them.
No,
you see what I'm saying?
It's bad. That's bad. But like, he's still like a player.
And we're talking about improvement.
Hold on, he's still a player at that position that like we haven't had. Like I don't ever like we haven't had a player like that who could like electrify like the Garden in the city ever. Like I feel like his athleticism is crazy. Like when he's on a transition, when he's like passing that ball, like that can change like the way
He'll be forever
everybody
16,
looks at
17 points a game. That's him. He'll be forever. He doesn't even want to strive for greatness. As much as he talks about wanting to be a great player, not even a great point guard, a great player, right? You don't even want to take advantage of the fact that you are an honest to God mismatch every single night, because they're not putting forwards on you like they should, because they have to worry about Tobias Harris and Joel Embiid going off. You're an ultimate cheat code, and you don't even bother to try to cheat. Like, come on, what is we talking about?
Yeah, and some people in the chat are like, I mean, this is obvious. This should be obvious. People are saying he's better than EP and D Rose put together. I mean, yeah. I mean, EP, he's 100% better than D Rose. Is better than him in certain things, and he's better than him on others. But bro, you gotta also understand that he is getting paid 34 mil.
I don't
Like,
Thank
understand
you.
how
that's the main thing about it.
people clamor for Russell Westbrook and people clamor for Ben Simmons, but throw up an argument on Russell Westbrook, who is legit the complete opposite and get the same exact thing. Like, if Ben Simmons was as aggressive as Russell Westbrook, I don't think it would be an issue. We get on Russell Westbrook because he's too aggressive.
Yeah.
Like, that kills me. It could be like, oh, if he leaves, if Russell Westbrook's still one of the most athletic players in the league. Russell Westbrook is also great in transition. Russell Westbrook also who led the league in assists. Yeah, you make up these same, you bring in these same arguments, points to justify what Ben Simmons does. Like, Russell Westbrook isn't a mismatch by himself either. When Ben Simmons wins the MVP, y'all can let me come talk to me about something.
Well, he's early. It's very early in his career, so we don't know what's gonna happen. Like, we can just say, like,
I just
we
can't
can't
with
say
Ben
that
Simmons.
he can't. We can't say that he's not gonna, like, find something that drives him to greatness. Like, he's already at this point. Like, I mean, like, it's a question for sure. Like, he's not a dog right now. Like, for sure.
7
You
years
can
in
see
the
that.
public. 7 years in the public eye. 7 years in the public
Wait, who are
eye.
you talking about? I had to
I'm
go.
talking about Ben Simmons. 7 years in the public eye since high school. 7 years in the public eye since LSU. 7 years in the public eye since the first draft pick. 7 years in the public eye since all of these accolades, and this guy still has not improved shooting in real game situations. I don't want this guy on the team. I don't even know what else to do. Like, how do you motivate somebody who has everything in his
But, like,
favor
but
in a
you know
matchup?
one thing I can say in defense of him is that he is, like, maybe the best defender in the league. So, like, I mean, defense, there's a certain level of, like, drive and determination that it takes to be a good defensive player.
It's
So
just
it's not that he
aggressiveness
doesn't
for him.
care at all. Like, he doesn't, offensively, yeah, maybe he needs to tweak something, but he's gotten 3 all.
Now maybe he has to.
I mean, he definitely has to tweak something. But, like, he is, like, 3 All-Star appearances at the end. He's 24 years old. Like, at the point guard position, like, we could get other players, man. We could find other pieces to put with him that'll make him. I mean, I don't know if Joel Embiid is the best player to play with Ben Simmons. Like, I feel like there are better pieces you could put around him, like shooters, like 40% 3-point shooters, like Julius Randle and RJ Barrett. Like,
I don't think
Oh
that
man, we can't even do the shooter thing because we've already seen him surrounded with shooters in some level. He's been teamed up with JJ Redick, right? He's been teamed up with Seth Curry. He's been teamed up with Tyrese Maxey, who just got drafted. He was teamed up with Shake Milton.
but, like,
This guy's always got a shooter around
Nah,
him.
this team has shooters. You can't even use the shooters then.
Yeah, but, like, but the thing is that Joel Embiid has clogged the paint, like, for him in key situations, and, like, that makes his game different.
Nah, that's not really true because if you watch the thing, Joel Embiid has taken so many jump shots because he's playing on a partially torn meniscus. He's been settling for that mid-range shot that he's been making threes here and there. Like, when you see Ben Simmons going in, he's not packed. When the paint isn't even packed, Ben Simmons is not looking at it. It's not Joel Embiid.
But Joel is down there when it matters. Like, Joel is not, like, completely parked out there, like, at the 3-point line. It's not like that. Like,
that's where you
there are
shoot.
better players. I feel like you know, like Mitchell Robinson, like somebody more athletic that will run up and down the court when they get stops. Like, if all game would be better. So, like, Mitchell Robinson, like, a lot threat, like somebody who will run up and down and like block every shot. And I feel like that's a better player to play with Ben Simmons. I feel like we haven't seen him play with his best team yet. Like he's had to play with Joel Embiid for such a long time, and he's still like succeeded at some level.
You see, with the paint being packed, when you're talking about that, that's where your shooting comes into hand. If you can shoot, you don't gotta worry about just going in the paint.
Well,
And you
like
got
we don't
your
have
other dominant superstar going crazy in the paint on a tournament this year. That's where the thing that you haven't been practicing or even trying the last 4 years would come in handy.
Listen,
Even just making free throws with the hack a bend, like that's where your jump shot comes into hand because they did that late game so many times.
He's gonna get better. Like I would bet on him getting better than the worst free throw percentage in playoff history. Like it can't get worse. Like I feel like I would bet on Ben Simmons becoming a better basketball player down the road.
That's 60% for the season. I mean, you gotta hope to at least get that up a few percent. But in general, I do not see us getting anyone that's good, like an all-star or anything like that, to be honest. The day we really find out is on the draft, July 29th, but I don't see us doing anything like that. And I don't see us getting any free agents. I'm not interested in a lot of free agents at all either. So we are gonna be playing young, I think, next season. Use our draft picks, we trade up, something like that. That's where we get our point guard, unless we somehow trade for a young point guard with all these picks we have, and maybe use one of the young players in it.
What asset would you be most willing to give up, like to get like a young point guard or like
the picks, and then
no,
IQ.
like in terms of players, in terms of picks.
The picks and IQ. Because if we're getting a point guard, I can give an IQ.
That's fair.
Especially, I mean, you can still form into a actual like point guard that play makes in the next few years. He's also a shooter, and a scorer. So if you do give him into a team that doesn't have a point guard, when they're giving up their primary point guard, that's someone to replace him with. And then picks that we have, it could be from this draft, it could be from 2023. I don't care, but just not a lot, not too many picks. That's what I would be looking at getting.
Hey Duke, I'm sorry, I missed it. Hey, who are y'all talking about again?
I just said that we were talking about Ben Simmons, but no, I said that I don't feel us getting anyone, like trading for anyone like crazy good, or getting anyone in free agency, and I'm not interested in people from free agency if I'm being honest. But I do think that on the draft night we will know what we're gonna do. I'll be surprised if we get someone good, like a trade for a young point guard. But Mo, is that you, Mo, with the D Rose? That's you, right? Or am I bugging?
Yeah, am I? What's up?
No, I was just asking because I can't see the name, so I was just.
Oh yeah, asking. No, yeah, it's Mo.
All right. He asked me what asset would I be willing to give up for a point guard, and I said I would give draft picks and IQ. IQ would be the one I look at,
man.
Especially if it's a point guard. Because if it's a point guard, I'm giving a point guard that could turn a little more into a playmaker.
I'd give that up for Ben Simmons.
For a point guard we want.
I'd give that up for Ben Simmons. And they would do it, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't give up Obi for Ben Simmons straight up.
I don't know why they would need Obi. They got Harris and Embiid.
Nah, I wouldn't give up Obi. I love Obi, but that's tough.
Huh?
I don't know if I'd give up Obi. Like that's really tough. I don't know if I would do that.
Oh, whoa. Why is it tough?
For Obi for Ben Simmons?
Yeah, why would that be a tough decision?
Wait, first of all, who's that?
That's Chuck.
Oh, this Chuck Allen.
Hey, what's up? Well, I don't know. I feel like Obi Toppin, like, we really don't know what he is, but we kind of know what Ben Simmons is. But it's like okay, it's not gonna be Ben. Okay, Obi Toppin straight up for Ben Simmons for sure. But like, if it's Obi Toppin and Emmanuel quickly and like a bunch of first round picks for Ben Simmons, that's a lot. That's a lot. Cause like I'm
not doing a mix. I'm doing either bodies or picks. So if they want bodies, then I
If
have to
you're a
do
team with Ben Simmons, you're not asking for picks. You're asking for players
right.
along with picks. You're not just gonna. If you're trading a star player and you already have another star, but you're just trying to see another player that will work, you're definitely gonna try to play. You're definitely gonna try to trade for a player, and then some picks.
Okay.
That's just how, especially if it's like a Ben Simmons thing.
Right.
Like, I feel like there's no way you could just, like, for most players, there's no way you could just trade picks unless it's like a crazy haul.
I ain't gonna. So the reason why I'm a little testy with the conversation is that these guys that we say that we want to bring in, they only do the thing that they're good at. They don't cover up for other stuff. And I think Ben Simmons does that. Right? Like Russell Westbrook. I like Russell Westbrook, right? And I don't think that what Hoodie Kev is saying about Westbrook is wrong. But I believe if you bring in Westbrook, you have to bring in another person. Right? And if you bring in De'Aaron Fox, you have to bring in another person. Right? But if you bring in Ben Simmons, you don't have to bring in a wing defender. Right? You don't have to bring in a whole bunch of other stuff because I think Ben Simmons can do all those things that it would take two players like Westbrook and something to do for you, right? Like for instance, if you bring in Westbrook, I think you have to bring in a Jay Crowder type, right? And if you bring in a De'Aaron Fox, you have to bring in an elite backcourt defender because he ain't gonna play zero defense, right? So like you have to bring in a Javon Carter or a Ricky Rubio, right? I mean,
but that's that's kind of with every player. I mean, we legit have 6 people or 7 people on the roster. If we get any of those players either way, we're still gonna need a wing. In general, whether it's for the bench or the starting lineup, I don't know who's gonna start, but we're still gonna need someone. Whatever trade we do, we're still gonna need another person.
If you bring in Ben Simmons, who do you need to bring in?
Still need a wing that can shoot, because he's not gonna play. He's not gonna play wing for you.
Needs a wing, though.
Yeah, he's gonna play point guard for you. I mean, he's gonna play other positions sometimes on the floor, but he's mainly gonna play point guard for us, I would say.
Right. My thing is, if you bring in Ben Simmons, then you bring in like a Cameron Payne, a career backup that when Ben Simmons goes off the ball, a dude that is hungry enough to hold it down, but he's not the long-term answer. Right. Mm-hmm. But you can't bring in a hungry dude to play behind Westbrook because Westbrook's not going to let him get minutes. And people could say whatever they want to say, but you saw what Westbrook did to Austin Rivers. You saw what Westbrook did to Reggie Jackson, right? Who's the backup point guard right now for the Washington Wizards? You don't even know.
The Washington Wizards is Smith.
Yeah.
Ish.
Bro, you see? I mean, come on. Y'all see what I'm talking about, man? I mean, say, for instance, if you go get De'Aaron Fox, right? Like if you do what Hoodie Kev says and go get De'Aaron Fox, you have to go get another guy. You have to go get a Corey Joseph, Tyrese Halliburton type player to back him up. Because big guards give him trouble he can't defend big guards and he can't defend fast guards. I mean, so now you're like, well, he can't defend anybody. So you can't keep Frank because Frank is a liability. Frank is not a point guard. Like all the solutions have flaws to them. It's just the reason why I'm a little bit touchy about the. And if I'm overly touchy, listen, I'm sorry. Right, but what I'm saying is all these people that you're talking about bringing in, they all have flaws. It's like you all if you bring in somebody, you got to go get somebody else. Right? You bring in Westbrook. We bring in Westbrook, we have to bring in an elite defenders at the 2 and 3 position, like your Andre Robersons. You have to have those guys because Westbrook is not going to be able to defend those guys. He won't be able to defend the guys at his position. So Onion Pepper says stay the course.
So let me get this straight. Under Tom Thibodeau and his system, Russell Westbrook won't be able to defend anyone. But I've seen players who previously have been below average defenders come into Tom Thibodeau's system, and the team is usually always top 5.
We don't have any really good one-on-one defenders. We just have good team defense.
So I'm trying to figure out, like, why do you need an elite defender when the team scheme makes up for the lack of not having elite defenders?
So what's the sample size you're using? Is this a 3 or 4 year sample size?
If I'm going under Tom Thibodeau's schematics, it's about 7-8 years.
Right.
Because his schemes
So
have
Tom
been
Thibodeau
around for a
didn't
long
have-
time.
So Tom Thibodeau didn't have elite wing defenders.
When? Are you considering
Luol Deng?
Are you considering now? You and I both have come to the agreement that Reggie Bullock's not an elite wing defender.
No, he is not. He is not. But we can't. Okay, so what are you doing? Making excuses for Westbrook?
No, is
he's just
RJ
saying
Barrett
that,
an elite wing defender?
he's just saying we have no actual
Is
like.
Derrick
good
Rose an
defenders
elite
right
wing
now.
defender?
So it doesn't really like.
Is
get-
Alec Burks an elite wing defender? Is
not
Elfrid
at all.
Payton an elite wing defender?
What about Keith Bogans?
No,
What about
I'm talking about the team that just finished first in overall team defense.
Yeah.
With not one elite wing defender on it.
It sounds like you're making excuses for Westbrook.
It sounds like I'm stating facts.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying we just led the NBA in total defense, and not one elite wing defender was on this team.
Okay.
See, to me, getting like just a Westbrook or like an older player that's like not proven yet to be a number 1 option or something like that, I don't really want that because I truly, if we can't get a closer that's good, I don't really want to. I don't want to go crazy and use assets for
hustling backwards.
But yeah, I just think that we're gonna go through the draft and then younger players. I don't really think. I don't see people coming here this offseason. I don't want to see free agents here like that. I'm not a fan of a lot of them.
What about Damian Lillard?
I wouldn't mind Damian Lillard, but I don't know how a trade would look like for that. Because I legit don't know what a trade would look like for that.
It's gonna be everything for Lillard. I mean, it's just.
Obviously, if it's everyone, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not giving up RJ.
Hey man, Mo, to get something you got to pay for it, man.
I am not giving up RJ Barrett for how many years of
No,
Damian
in order to get something, you got to get, in order to get something, you got to give something.
Freezy, I know you're trolling right now because you're using the Kev model right now because I know you're not trading RJ.
No, I ain't saying RJ Barrett.
Are you trying to say that I'm a natural troll or something?
No, I'm just saying he's using the thing that you say where when you have assets, you use all of them.
I don't think that you use.
Not all of it, but you gotta use assets when you got assets. That's
You
your motto.
do. I mean, you.
I mean,
you
am I
have,
wrong then? I'm
you
just saying he was imitating you.
like I said, this is my whole issue, right? So technically, here's the thing: Leon Rose is going into his third season. Did y'all know that? Not his second season.
Because he wasn't here
This is
fully for
Leon
the
Rose's third season.
third. I don't know.
Yeah.
Next season is Leon Rose's third season, not his second.
Yeah.
Leon Rose,
second and a
he
half.
got. I know, man, Kev, you said that already, but man,
contractually,
right? What he's saying, because he got here in February.
Yes.
He got here in February at the All-Star break. He
That's
finished
why
out that
2.5.
half season. Yeah,
but contractually, it's his third.
Okay.
So do you think that Leon Rose came here? Like, building is slow is a luxury that at this point in his contract, he doesn't really have anymore. Because Leon Rose is actually running out of time.
When you're already ahead of what you thought you were going to be at. I don't know.
Then
We're in
you
a weird
keep the pace.
situation.
You have to keep the pace up, right? You have to keep the pace up. Because any slippage is like, well, like I said, at this point, you can't go back. If you're Leon Rose, you can't go back, right? You can't backslide, or at least have the appearance of backslide. Like, we made the playoffs next season, and we're like the 6th or 7th seed. It's like, okay. But you can't, like, miss the playoffs. You can't do that at all.
That's fair. I mean, but I feel like making the playoffs for the first time in 8 years, like, is something to say in your negotiation. Like, if you're trying to stay, like, I feel like that's a big, like, his first full season was a success.
And you have to keep up that success, right? Usually that's how business works. You can't be good one day and then the next day be bad. And
Sure. But like, I feel like you also like look at the way that this organization has changed, like the feel of everything. Like literally everything. I mean, has changed. Like it's just the right organization to give a chance to. Like we gave like a chance to so many guys that have just like fumbled the bag. Like so like I feel like. I mean, I know you want to keep the pace. I mean, there's a lot of pressure, but I don't think there's pressure to the extent where he's gonna feel the need to like make a rash decision, because that doesn't seem like.
I didn't say a rash decision. A rash decision doesn't mean that
Russell Westbrook is a rash decision.
Here's the thing: do you bring Leon Rose and William Worldwide Wesley to Madison Square Garden to make little moves? Do you bring them in to make moves like Alec Burks and Nerlens Noel?
Yeah, you bring
really?
them. You really. The reason why you bring them here is not to do patchwork quilt. You don't say it's holding here. Oh, do patchwork quilt. That's crazy. It's the same thing we watched and prior GMs do. It's the same thing the Knicks fans said. We're tired of having knee jerk in the moment type stuff. Like, oh my God, such and such is available. Like Hoodie Kev Jr. is available. We got to trade all our assets to go get little Hoodie Kev Jr. You know what I'm saying? Build it right. When you build it right, man, then you're doing good stuff, right? But just saying, going out getting a guy knee jerk. Go out and trade for Russell Westbrook. So what? He'll be 33. When the new year starts, we need a 33-year-old point guard. Knicks fans my age have already seen stuff like that when we traded for Maurice Cheeks, and it's gotten us nowhere.
Oh Lord, have mercy. There's Maurice Cheeks and Russell Westbrook were at two different stages of their career.
Yeah, both were the
When
same age. They just happen to be the same age, right? Yeah.
you
Okay.
can be the same. So just because you're the same age means you're at the same stage in the career.
Right.
Is that what that means?
That mean. Did you just ask me the same question twice?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. I'm just one. But what I'm saying is this: calm down on the Russell Westbrook thing. We don't need Russell Westbrook. Let Russell Westbrook play out his career for some random NBA team. We'll be just fine. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks will be just fine. Let Russell Westbrook play out his career for some random NBA team. We don't need a Russell Westbrook right now. For what do we?
Lord.
What do
Uncle
we
Freezy,
need Russell? What do we need Russell Westbrook for?
I want you to
for the
do something for me.
retirement game.
I want you to make me a promise. I never want to hear you say I'm double parked again.
No.
I never want to hear Uncle Freezy come out his mouth and say I'm double parked. I ain't got no time.
Hey man.
Because apparently you parked perfectly in the white lines. You got enough space.
Ridiculous. Who needs an old point guard?
Old point guard. Is he playing like he's old? Is he playing like he's on his last leg?
Probably. I think so.
Oh, 22, 11, and 11 is on his last leg.
Right.
Those are good legs.
Right. I feel you.
Those are good legs.
Knicks fans are tired of trading young assets and all the stuff that they acquire for old guys that come here and get hurt and steal checks.
So a guy who averaged a triple-double is going to be stealing checks.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We want to. The Knicks fans have been telling you forever, and you got to be immersed in this Knicks environment to understand it. It's like you got to understand where we come from. It's like, you know, when you get out of the bed and you go to the corner store and you go buy the paper or whatever it is that you're buying, you go buying like your chopped cheese, whatever, and your soda, and you see Knicks fans on the way, you're like, yo, we need a young point guard, bro. They're like, man, we need to get us a young point guard, man. We need to go get the kid from Sacramento. He'll come here and be a star. You know what I'm saying? I be with him, even though I don't agree. I understand where they're coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like the kid is good. The Fox is good. My only thing though is, do I want to give up Kevin Knox? Do I want to give up Obi Toppin? Do I want to give up Mitchell Robinson? Do I want to give up all these draft picks? I want to give up quickly to get a guy that put up all these numbers, and then he gets here and he put up the same numbers as the dude that we already had. Do I want to do that? And we gave away all those young kids for a dude that's gonna come here and average 19 points. We could get that. I mean, come on, bro. Just because you run and gun up in the zoom up and down the floor, don't mean you're an unstoppable scorer. All it means is you get more shots. That's all it means. This dude it's not like De'Aaron Fox is shooting 55% from the floor and 45% from three. The dude can't shoot. He's terrible. He's a terrible three-point shooter. And his defense is terrible. But the fact that he gets a lot of shots makes people think that he is an efficient scorer. Right? And I know he shot above average. I think he shot like 47% from the field. Whatever it is that he shot, man. What I'm saying is we have to put things in perspective. Right? The thing is, you go get an ornery Russell Westbrook who can't play with everybody. Right? And you bring him here and you had a chemistry in place that you developed, and you bring in a Westbrook who might not be the personality fit. Now it rocks the boat. Now dudes is forming cliques and stuff, and now it's either whose team is it? Is it Westbrook's team? Is it Julius's team? Is it RJ's team? It's the same thing Hoodie Cat was saying a few minutes ago. Like when you do the ABC game, do you say it's Randall versus Giannis or Westbrook? It's just too much stuff, bro. That come along with. Westbrook has had an
Wait, so
excellent career.
you don't want Fox?
No, what I'm saying is just be careful what you're buying. That's what I'm saying. I never said that I didn't want Fox. I'm saying be careful of what it is that you think you're buying. Like, do I want to give up Knox, Obi, quickly, and all these draft picks for De'Aaron Fox, and then he comes here in a slower pace and doesn't put up the same numbers, and now you mad? Because one team has the fastest pace and one team has the slowest pace. So the dude averages 25 for the fastest pace. If he come here and average 18, are you gonna be mad? You're gonna be mad at Thibodeau. Why don't Tibbs let him shoot more? But in Sacramento, they got the fastest pace in the league. That's why he averaged 25 points. Not the fact that he could just score on any guard in the league. They just take more shots. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying don't be enamored by the numbers. I'm saying be enamored. Does he have the ability to lead a team into the playoffs? And right now the answer is no.
I mean, it depends. Depends. His team wasn't even like crazy, like good in the West. So I mean, I would still take him.
Look
I
at
still
Julius
think he
Randle's
has
team in the
over him.
East, though. Look at Julius Randle's team in the East.
I
Hoodie
mean, I know
Cat's
that's
favorite,
different.
Reggie Bullets. Like Hoodie Cat love Reggie Bullets, right? And Hoodie Cat wants to run this thing back, right? That's the narrative of the offseason. Hoodie Cat want to run it back.
Whose
Right?
narrative is that?
But Julius Randle's team was, bro, come on, man.
Can I take
Alec
a
Burks.
timeout?
Alec Burks,
That's Uncle
bro.
Freezy's narrative. Uncle Freezy wants that.
Ain't my narrative. My
It
narrative
is
is
your
good with
narrative.
Hoodie.
That's what Uncle Freezy wants. He
Bro, I
wants to
heard,
be in this safe bubble because it feels good and warm and safe. And that's what Uncle Freezy wants. He wants
bro, I
safe.
heard you say run it back.
No, I didn't. I was questioning, did I hear you say you wanted to run it back? I don't
thought I
want to
heard
run
you
this
say it
back.
too.
I didn't want to run it back when it was actually running the first time.
I swear I thought you said it too.
Who?
Bro,
You.
yes.
What? Why would
Run it.
the person who complained all season long, want to run it back? Think about that. Why would I want that?
Just own it, bro. You said it, man. Just own it, man.
I
Come on.
legit have never said these words. If I never see Alec
Kev, I don't
Burks
know
or
why you're
Reggie
asking
Bullets
us
on
when
my
it came out
team
of your
ever
mouth.
again, I will be happy.
It
Kev,
literally
just
I
be
came
would
a
be
out
the
of your
most
mouth, Kev.
ecstatic person in the world if I never had to see them dressed in a New York Knicks uniform ever again.
You want me to play that Tony Braxton for you, bro? You mean play that
I
Tony
love
Braxton?
some Tony Braxton. She's my favorite female artist.
Right. Just she got that song that's just be a man about it. Yeah, just own up to your stuff, bro. If you want to run it back, just run it back. But what I'm saying, I know
I don't want to run this back. I don't even really rock with Tibbs like that, and he just won Coach of the Year,
bro. Because in your scenario, run it back except Knox is the starter, right? And listen, if it works, man, listen, I'm fine with it, right? If it works, I'm fine with it. But what I'm not fine with though is say, and so to answer Duke's question, right? So Duke, if De'Aaron Fox can put up those same efficiencies in New York, regardless of pace, then I'm fine with it. I'm fine
I don't
paying.
think I really don't think the efficiency is the matter. He's legit like scored on good efficiency every single year besides his rookie year, and he's increased
Right.
his shots every year.
Right.
The only main problem with him is like his defense is, I'd say, decent. I don't think it's the best, but it's decent.
No,
And then
it
his
ain't.
3-point shooting is obviously not the best. He shoots 32%.
Yeah.
But he shot 37 at one point. But as he started shooting more, it became worse. But the good upside is that he is 23, and I definitely think that since he is on a worse team and you are taking more shots, you're definitely gonna take some tough shots.
Right.
And I don't think when he's gonna come here, he's gonna take almost 6 threes per game.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it's gonna be. I think it's probably gonna be around 4.
We like him to though. We like
No,
him to.
I wouldn't mind him shooting like 4 to 6, but I'm just saying I don't. I just think that's from him not really having too many options, because I still don't think like that team has as many options as you would think,
Right.
because
Right.
he's really the main person that could really get a bucket. Buddy Hield, I think had like his worst year. Like he was
Right.
bad this year.
Right.
And then you got Luke Walton as your coach. I don't know
Yep.
how he's not fired yet after all these coaches got fired.
Yeah.
Rashawn Holmes is okay. He's about to be a free agent.
Right.
Marvin Bagley is the most injury-prone player I've seen. And then you have
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton. You really don't. I legit don't know who else you have. And Harrison Barnes. That team is not good, if we're all being honest here.
Hey, so let me read the super chat real quick. So
Get that off the screen. What is this? Oh
so
God, this
Dylan
is
No
a super
Still,
chat.
thank you for the super chat of platter. So Dylan No Still says Hoodie Cav loves Reggie Bullock and wants to resign him to a max contract or at least 4 years, $88 million.
Kev, you said this. Did you say this the other night when I wasn't here?
I need to do what Delano Steele does for a living, because he can just afford to just throw money away. That is a waste of $5 right there.
I never
Mistakes
knew.
of throwing money away.
I never knew Reggie Bullock's nickname was Reggie Bullets until Hoodie Cav said it. I never knew people call him Reggie Bullets.
You got Kev lost for a second. I can see it.
Hoodie Cav is the first. When I heard Hoodie Cav say Reggie Bullets, he's the first person that I heard say Reggie Bullets. No lie, hand to the man. I'm like, Reggie Bullets? This dude hate Reggie Bullock. And then all of a sudden it was like, run it back. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but I take
White Falcon, what are you saying, bro? Nah, bro. I don't know. Some comments in the chat wild. Nah, but yeah, I don't know. I really feel like De'Aaron Fox is still a good option if we somehow get him. I don't think we're getting him, but I do think he will fit well on this team.
Okay.
Because he has like basically has everything you want from a guard. You got defense. I mean, not defense. Why did I say defense? He has a little defense. His speed, even though our pace isn't the best, he at least knows how to run a fast break if we need to.
Right.
He has good playmaking, and I like his I don't think his shot the shots he takes, I think, are pretty good. He doesn't take too many bad shots.
Right.
His 3-point shooting is obviously something that can improve. I love his mid range. His mid range is very nice, and
Right.
if you watch when they had close games, he's a clutch. He's a semi-clutch player from when I watch him. Like he can make that pull up too. He's been dropping 30, 40 on good games. I mean, obviously he's on a bad team, but I do think there's a lot of upside in a 23-year-old that's doing that.
So which player would you prefer, him or Damian Lillard at this point?
I would definitely prefer him because I want to go young. I'm not really into the whole old players thing, especially because Dame and Julius Randle isn't really gonna do it for me.
Right.
I don't like that combination, and I like a big window of us being able to be good at least.
Right.
I don't like that. I don't like those 5-year windows, 5 or less year windows. I definitely like those bigger windows.
Okay.
I think with the whole window thing, that's a little bit. It's a weird thing because teams go through windows all the time, right? And you can't put a number on it, but they're just periods of time. The thing is, how can a team adjust to like I bring up Portland, right? So Portland has had different windows. They've had a Damian Lillard window, the LaMarcus Aldridge window, the Brandon Roy window, the
Greg
Rasheed
Oden.
Wallace window, but they've all strung out.
Right.
And so to say, oh, it's a window, I mean, you have to have that first before anything.
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I would say this, man. I mean, in terms of the De'Aaron Fox thing, I would be okay if we traded for De'Aaron Fox, right? But my only concern is I don't want to have Tibbs strip down all the stuff, the bad stuff that happened to Knox, and build him back up, and then see Knox go to Sacramento and average 17 a game, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, right? And then see Obi go out there in that fast-paced offense with a guard that can find him, and Obi average like 18 and 8, and then quickly and Halliburton.
That's a
be
lot of
there.
ifs.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I listen. Knox is okay. So I don't want to get into the Knox thing, right?
What's
But
good,
Knox,
nigga? G salute.
Knox is going to be much improved this year. With us, I see Knox being about 12, 5, and 3.
You
Right?
see, like that's the thing. Like I said before, I don't think we're getting anyone like that. I don't want to get a free agent. If I'm being honest, I'm not interested. I'm really not interested. So I don't know who we're drafting in the. If we draft a wing, I think we still should draft a wing, but I do think this is Kevin Knox's best chance of starting or getting a lot of minutes, and he got to take
Yeah.
advantage.
I think every team, every championship level team, needs to have 4 versatile wing players, like 2 that can play 2, 3, and 4, and 2 that can play 3 and 4, and maybe 5 in some small ball, super weird lineups, like a Obi Toppin, that can maybe play a little bit of 3, play mostly 4, and a little teeny bit of 5. Right? I think you need those type of players, and I think the Knicks know that too. So even if they do keep Kevin Knox, because I think Kevin Knox with us next year is legit solid 12, 5, and 3, right? And the reason why I say 12, 5, and 3, and those numbers don't sound impressive, right? But when you're talking about the 4th option, that's hella impressive for a 4th option, right? A dude that can get you 12 points every night, you know it's coming, because he's going to be behind RJ, and he's going to be behind Julius, and the Knicks, based on what everybody's telling me, they're going to bring in another player.
He's not
Right.
getting 3 assists though. Not getting 3
You
assists.
don't think so? I
Nah.
think no. I think, listen. The reason why I think
I don't
the
think he's
dude-
gonna have the ball like that to have the 3 assists.
I disagree, and here's why. Because I feel like Knox getting the rebound and pushing it is a very underrated skill, right? Now, the thing with Knox getting the thing and pushing it, he's not going to be able to do that all game, so he's not going to average 7 assists, right? But I saw against the Chicago Bulls, Knox got a rebound, right? He pushed it up the floor, he gave it to RJ, RJ gave it back. Knox threw the lob to RJ over Zach LaVine. RJ threw it down with 2 hands, and before RJ actually dunked, Knox was skipping up and down the court like a kid. And that's the game when Kat said when Kat was saying Knox had a low motor. In that game, I saw Kevin Knox beat Zach LaVine to a loose ball that saved that game. Right? I saw Kevin Knox outrun Zach LaVine to a loose ball.
Yeah, and then pass it out.
Right. And so I'm not trying to make it the Knox at Night podcast. What I'm saying is, when you start talking about trading for other teams' assets, you got to look at what you're giving up in exchange. What's going the opposite way? You know what I'm saying? So now you're talking about, man, De'Aaron Fox. Now Kevin Knox is their starting small forward, and that's on the floor. Can you imagine Emmanuel Quickly, Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hill, Kevin Knox, Obi Toppin on the floor together, with the floor spread for cats like a Kevin Knox, Emmanuel Quickly to knock down threes? That's exactly what they want to do. Get up and down the floor and run.
I mean, the thing is, I don't see us. Thing is, the only way I see us going for a trade is like for De'Aaron Fox is, I mean, we'll put like 2 players in there, and then I think we're gonna put more picks. Like I don't think we're gonna give like a farm, but I'm not trading for him if it's a lot. That's why I mean I don't really think it's gonna happen unless they get the first. It's a possibility.
Well. Yeah, well,
Nick G asked, is Quickly a starter?
um, jeez, man.
I don't think he is.
I don't think so right now. I don't think his body is built to be a starter right now. He looks lean, man. I don't think so.
I don't either.
So
If I'm
Kev,
being
would you give up all that stuff for De'Aaron Fox?
What exactly am I giving up?
I think he said
Obi
Knox, Quickly, Obi. I don't know who else.
and Mitch.
Yeah, we're not. I don't. There's no
That's a
way we're
lot.
doing that. Yeah, there's no way we're doing that.
Man, they not, bro. Sacramento is not giving up
I'm not. Yeah, but
De'Aaron
I'm not
Fox for
talking about
3 bench
Sacramento.
players.
I'm talking about us.
No, I'm saying Sacramento is not giving up De'Aaron Fox for 3 bench
All right,
players. I just said 3
then the
bench.
deal is closed.
This is true.
Quickly, Knox, and Obi.
That
I
is
mean,
true,
come
but the
on.
deal is closed then. I'm not gonna trade for him then. That's the thing. I'm only trading if there's a way we could trade him because I'm trying to add on to our team.
Well,
I'm not trying to trade the 2 people that we already have.
yeah, I mean, yeah, bro, you got to give up something in order to get something, though.
Nick G
Like,
said you wouldn't trade just picks for Fox. Let's say 2 firsts this year, 1 Dallas pick and another pick. I don't think that's even enough to get him, if I'm being honest.
You know who you don't have to get that much up to get? Russell
Russell
Westbrook.
Yeah.
oh,
I'm
yeah,
good.
It's like all the roads and I's, all the yellow brick road leads to Russell Westbrook.
and that's sad too. By the way, that his value is that diminished. Where a 1,000-time All-Star can be acquired for less than a dude that has never made the All-Star team, but yet this 1,000-time All-Star continues to be the point of contention in this conversation. He made the All-Star team 1,000 times, yet you could trade trash to get him. I mean, come on. I mean, I think that speaks for itself.
It speaks more of the market than the player.
Well, I mean, exactly. That's what I'm saying about De'Aaron Fox. It speaks to the market. The dude is top of the market.
His team that Russell Westbrook is on is probably going to be in a. See, there's a difference between being a willing seller and a reluctant seller.
I think we sound desperate right now for Westbrook.
Do we?
Who would you rather have, De'Aaron Fox or John Morant?
De'Aaron Fox.
Fox
is better right now.
Wow, man, he's okay. Okay,
bro. I mean, you won't really know. I mean, they are kind of similar. They don't shoot good from the 3. They're not good defenders. They're kind of the same, and they're both really quick. The only thing is there's, I think, a year difference between them. And one of them is on a worse team than the other because you legit cannot tell me that. Because I remember earlier in the year you were trying to say this, but the Grizzlies definitely have a better team than the Kings, and it's no debate. He has a lot of talent around him.
Yeah.
You have Dylan Brooks, you got Jaren Jackson who came back later, but they have Valanciunas averaging 18-13. Burks was going off. They have Desmond. Like, they have a crazy team. Like, that's how you build your team.
Right. Okay.
I mean, everyone's saying John Morant. I mean, I really don't think John Morant is better right now.
Okay.
until I see what if Darren Fox is in the playoffs. Until I see how he does there, because I mean, people are definitely looking at the recency bias from how John Moran played in the playoffs because he played very well in the playoffs.
Right.
Even though they lost.
He had a 5 3-pointer game, right?
Yeah, he was
against
going
the
off in the
Warriors.
playoffs, and I like John Moran, but I mean I think it's close, but I mean I don't know. I feel De'Aaron Fox in general in the regular season is better. I mean we haven't seen him in the playoffs, but until then, I won't really know.
So
I mean it's close.
I don't think I got the opportunity to talk to you about who I feel better about. All these 1,000-point guards that y'all mentioned, Ben Simmons. Like to me, it's Ben Simmons or the field, and I'm taking Ben Simmons, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And the reason why I'm taking Ben Simmons is because Ben Simmons, and I said this before, but so y'all be patient with me. Ben Simmons covers up all your ills. Like Hoodie Cab wants to run it back, right? He wants Reggie Bullets.
Will you stop with that narrative out there that is so false?
Nerlens Noel and Alfred Payton and all these characters, and I get
Lord
it.
have mercy.
And I get it because it's probably like something sentimental. I don't know. I don't even care. The thing about it is everybody is entitled to their opinion, whether you agree with it or not. Is blase blah, right? But the thing about if you have Reggie Bullock, and if you have so you have Hoodie Cat's favorite Reggie Bullets, right? And you have Kevin, not even Reggie Bullets, but you have Kevin Knox on the floor, right? So right at this moment, we know Kevin Knox is not the best shot creator for himself or for others at the NBA level, right? Let's establish that. Let's not make Kevin Knox out to be Scottie Pippen or somebody crazy like that, right? Let's not say that Kevin Knox is a world-class sprinter. Let's not say nothing crazy like that. Let's just keep let's just say this. Kevin Knox is going to be a decent NBA player, right?
I hope.
You add Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is an elite NBA player. With Ben Simmons on the floor, he can break down the defense and penetrate the paint, right? When defenses collapse, you kick out the Kevin Knox, say for wing threes or wing threes at the top of the key. Or
does he space the floor out?
Yes, Ben Simmons causes gravity to happen, right? You have to double. If Ben Simmons
he gets the paint pack.
Yeah.
Especially when he's on the top of the key and there's no movement. He's just dribbling the ball. You got an extra person in the paint.
Right. I saw him drive by. I think it was. I don't know if it was Kawhi or Paul George. It was like an elite wing defender, right? I saw him drive by the guy, and the guy will just like turn his head and just wave at him. Like the dude Ben Simmons is like the created player on 2K. Like the dude can do all this stuff except shoot the three or shoot period, right? But Ben Simmons is such a threat that you have to account for him, and you could kick out to. What's Kevin Knox's favorite place on the floor to shoot three from?
What did you say?
Knox's favorite place on the floor to shoot the three.
If Ben Simmons is on the Knicks, then who is Kevin Knox going to get his highlight dunks on? They don't show practice. I know every season Kevin Knox is going to dunk on Ben Simmons. I know it like I know the sun is going to rise in the East and set in the West. I know there's going to be a game where Kevin Knox is going to dunk on Ben Simmons.
I'm so tired of hearing him running back, bro.
He's done it every season.
He did it once.
He did it twice.
Twice.
He did it this season.
When did he dunk on Ben Simmons?
The first game. Go look at the first game. Kevin Knox caught the ball off a curl from Julius Randle and dunked on Ben Simmons again. And I was like, why does Kevin Knox keep dunking on Ben Simmons?
Actually, wait, he did slightly dunk on him. I think I remember this.
Yes, it happened. this season. And I'm like, man, he has some pent-up animosity towards Ben Simmons.
You already know the only thing you get when you search up Kevin Knox is dunking on Ben Simmons because that's the only thing he's known for, and the Zion thing.
I mean, hey.
Getting his soul snatched out.
Yeah, that's sad.
And the funny thing, people don't remember that game that Kevin Knox actually put up better numbers than Zion Williamson.
No.
That's the funny part. They don't ever want to talk about the outcome. They talk about one play, but they don't say Kevin Knox scored more, got more rebounds, and more assists than Zion Williamson in that game.
I mean, that got nothing to do with the highlight that I'm talking about.
Oh, so it's just a highlight, but the end result was the Knicks won and Kevin Knox played better than Zion
Yeah,
Williamson.
I cannot find this clip, so I'm going to just let it be.
Right, and I can't understand how we got sidetracked with Zion had a worse game than Kevin Knox when we were talking about Ben Simmons at point guard.
Yeah, I don't really care about that. Zion averages 27 in the NBA.
Russell Wilson is a Russell Wilson.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm talking about the Seahawks.
Yeah, what are we doing, bro? See what I'm talking? Duke, see what I'm talking about? See how every
Westbrook must be paying you or something, bro.
Right, he on his payroll, bro. Nah, you know
He's definitely on his payroll, bro.
Russell.
I don't know how you want Westbrook and want to run it back at the same time. That makes no
sense.
sense.
Who wants to run it back?
Makes no sense.
Nobody wants to run it back other than Uncle Freezy.
Bro, it makes no sense. I think Russell Westbrook is blackmailing Hoodie Cav.
Me too.
That's what it is. Like a dude with a trench coat showed up with a big yellow envelope.
He probably
with some
got
black and white. With some black and white photos.
He probably gave him all those beverages just to have on the side.
Yeah,
on the side of that with his sponsorships.
Because we know Kevin Knox is doing it. We know Kevin Knox is blackmailing him, right?
Oh Lord have mercy.
But when you talk about like a second plan, you need to call the FBI, bro. Because this right here is getting out of hand.
I'm sorry if I want a 10-time All-Star, like 6-7-time All-NBA player, a guy who averages 20 points for his career, leads the league in assists. I'm sorry if I want that kind of player. Why would I not want
the thing is
that
would just
type
be
of
on
player?
that would be on the end of my list of who I would want to get as point guard. That
should start off the list. That should be at like the top.
Because he wants Clyde Frazier too. You want Clyde Frazier too, right? You like Clyde? You can play in them suits.
I've been looking at film of the draft prospects for real yesterday. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like some people are overhyping some, and then like, I don't know, because I was watching some Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes, like, you see how people say he's like the perfect wing.
Yeah.
I think his defense is good, but I don't know, his finishing is okay, and then his 3-point shooting is bad.
Terrible.
It's like,
yeah.
It's like I don't know how people are calling him the perfect wing. I feel like he's like such a risky pick, especially for someone like at 6 or 7. But I like Moses Moody as like a wing that would be for our team because he does shoot those corner threes, and he got that 2-dribble pull up. His defense is okay, but his finishing is a problem. His playmaking.
Yeah, he is gonna be. He kind of reminds me of Alec Burks. Young Alec Burks.
I think he's gonna be decent.
Young Alec Burks, not old man Alec Burks. That you know what I'm saying. Now you see me, now you don't. I'm talking about the young killer Alec Burks from Utah. You know what I'm saying? The dude that took everything personal. Like, why are you taking every matchup personal, bro? Like, man, it is what it is. I like that Alec Burks.
Kev, Delano said that you're Russell Westbrook's shooting coach. Is this true?
Yes, that's accurate.
Listen, if I was Russell Westbrook's shooting coach,
I don't think he would be hitting the rim or the net.
Listen.
He would be like Ben Simmons.
Hoodie Kev was one of the most prolific shooters.
I heard you scored 74 in a game.
I did not score 74.
No, dude, and so how the story goes is this, right? So
a story?
You went to school a year before some NBA player. I heard this story before.
Where did this story come from?
So the thing is so Hoodie Kev is 3 years older than this Curry kid, right? And he's like
Oh
6
yeah,
years
he was talking
older.
about.
Yeah, so he's 6 years older than the other Curry kid, right? And so Hoodie Cav put up 74 points as a ninth grader against the school that Michael Jordan went to, right?
Oh
Oh,
God.
I'm sorry, not Jordan went to, but the team that Jordan, the high school that Jordan played with, he put up 74 points against that team, right?
Oh.
What you gotta say about that, Hoodie Cat?
That's all false narrative. The highest I ever
No.
scored against Laney, which is where Jordan went, was 18. Just
74.
a modest 18 is the career high. I got 18 my sophomore year against Laney. I got 14 my senior year against Laney.
What's your career
Yeah,
high in general?
My career high in general,
Yes.
74.
it was against a school called Wallace Rose Hill.
They
34.
passed too.
It was.
Are you
They
about to say
passed too.
40 or 50? Because I felt
It,
like it was coming out of your mouth.
it is in the 40s, but then I thought about it. I don't want to say it out loud
Just
because
say it.
it's.
He lying, bro.
So listen, I had a stretch, right? It's like a 2-week stretch where I was unstoppable.
Right.
Like I was scoring like 30, 40 points a game for like 5 straight games. Like there wasn't anything anyone could do to stop me.
Is there any film?
People were
like,
legit like, nah, I'm guarding him. And I was like, bring it on.
Is there any film from
I'm going
like
to
30
kill
years
you
ago
too.
for that?
No.
30 years ago, what?
No.
Oh, wow, 30 years ago.
No, I'm playing. But is there any like film or stats that you got saved?
I believe my mother has all of it. I can probably get it from her.
Yeah.
Interesting.
See, that's back in the day where people had what's called, like, they had cameras. Like, people didn't use their phones like that back in the early 2000s.
So yeah, so they said a kid that went to camp from Laney High School, a dude named CJ Leslie, he wound up going to be a star at North Carolina State University. They said that the reason why he picked basketball over football was because of some dude named Hoodie Cav. and CJ Leslie wound up going to camp with the Knicks and he was a star at North Carolina State University. Steph Curry said if it wasn't for the fact that Hoodie Cav blew out Independence, if it wasn't for the fact that Hoodie Cav scored 74 points on Independence High School, he would never have even played basketball. So Stephen Curry was like, you know what? He inspired him in a way that he was like, yo, undersized guards do have a place in this league.
Yo, Elvis said he's talking about my player in 2K. Nah.
I was a great high school.
We know this already, Cap. Don't start this, man. Hey, I'm about to jump. My phone's about to die. I'm gonna jump off real quick.
I'm about to head off myself.
Yeah.
All right. So Hoodie Cab, is it true or is it not true that Steph Curry watched you from the sidelines and was inspired to continue to play basketball? I think he said he was 5'7", and at the time Hoodie Cab was about 5'11", and he said he looked at Hoodie Cab and was like, "Yo, I'm going to continue to put these shots up because Hoodie Cab has inspired me to become a great shooter."
Probably not. I'm pretty sure he had his dad.
Okay, here come the lies.
Huh?
Did he see you though?
Yeah, Hoodie Cat, yeah. Hey, I gotta go, y'all. But the Steph Curry thing, the dude told me that what's the guy name? I forget his name. I think somebody named Quincy AC used to rebound for Hoodie Cat in high school or something like that. Anyway, we'll